Welcome gamers, we're back with more Terrordrome, Reign of the Legends, and today we're going to take a look at the character Alex Van Helsing. So this one is straight out of classic horror literature. Now think Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula. Van Helsing was the notorious vampire hunter, and the game actually lists Alex as a modern-day descendant of the Van Helsing family, who by the way has inherited the supernatural powers of his ancestors. So for starters, Alex's weapon of choice is actually a shotgun that doubles as an axe. And interestingly enough, he also has a pet Chupacabra that acts as a helper character. Now, upon first sight, I honestly thought it was a dog, but upon closer inspection, it honestly looked a lot more like a really demonic hyena. But the game does list the character as a Chupacabra, and so I guess that's what they're really intending to depict in the game. So now let's talk a little bit about his special attack maneuvers. The first is called the Chupacabra Hug. That's the maneuver you just saw here, where the Chupacabra comes out, pins its opponents to the ground, and mauls their faces off. Pretty brutal. Something else to note about the Chupacabra Hug, there's actually a fatality that coincides with it. You're going to see that here shortly. Now, his other special fighting attack maneuver is called the Green Sun, where he unleashes a giant orb of light that flashes across the screen towards his opponents. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about his projectile attacks. He has these shorter green orbs that he uses to deflect incoming enemy attacks. They're actually very effective on deflecting against airborne attacks from enemies. Likewise, his shotgun gives him a range of pretty much the entire screen. He can be all the way across the screen and still get a clear attack on his enemies. Something else to note about his shotgun is the fact that he only has so many shots before he's forced to reload. And when he does so, it leaves him open to vulnerability from attacks from his opponents. And you can actually see where the energy meter is. You can see the shotgun shells there. Once you use up the last shell, he's forced to reload his weapon. Now, compared to the other characters in this game, in my opinion, Alex Van Helsing is the most balanced of all characters in terms of speed, dexterity, and strength. He's really one of the best characters to play as. He has good reach given his axe. He's very fast. Something to note about those mini green orbs though is that they come out on an angle, so they're really not very effective if you're at a distance. They're really good to deflect the incoming enemy attacks from close range. Now he's also got the spinning like kick attack where he wraps his legs around his opponent's neck and flips them up in the air and slams them into the ground. It's pretty cool, and you're going to see that here shortly. He also has a sort of a drop kick attack where he falls on his back and kicks up, slamming his enemy's back, and you can also pull that off with long chain combos. And so now to talk a little bit more about his the fatality that coincides with the Chupacabra Hug. You haven't seen it yet, but it's coming up here. So, just as with the original special fighting attack maneuver, the Chupacabra comes out, mauls his enemy's face, and then afterwards, Alex takes his axe and slams it into his enemy's head, slicing it open. But they don't actually show the part where the head splits open. They cut that out for some reason, or maybe they just haven't included it in the game yet. So we'll have to see how that turns out. So far so good. Like I said, he's really, in my opinion, the absolute best balanced character in this game. Now we're actually getting ready to fight the Sasquatch character, this Bigfoot character Sasquatch. Now both these characters are pretty much on the opposite side of the spectrum. You know, Sasquatch is the bulkiest character in the game. He kind of reminds me a lot of Zangief from Street Fighter, as others have called him. He's a grappler, and that's really what he is. He has a number of throw attacks. He's very large, he's very powerful, and he has a very good reach given that giant club. but he's really not effective against characters like Alex Van Helsing, given his speed and his reach with that axe. There is that flipping kick attack I was just telling you about a few minutes ago, where he grabs them and spins them over and slams them into the ground. Now, you can pull off the special fighting attack maneuvers at any time in this game once your energy meter is full. And you can see I wasn't close enough to pull off my attack there. I went to unleash it, I wasn't close enough to him, and it just didn't work. So that's how the Chupacabra Hug is. Now, the green sun attack, you can be all the way across the screen, you can execute that, and it will work. But of course, they can still block. The AI will block at times a lot of your incoming attacks. So that is Alex Van Helsing. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this character? What do you think of this game? Have you played it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, please do give a thumbs up and consider subscribing to stay up to date with our latest videos. I am working on covering more characters from this game. In fact, I just finished a video for the Sasquatch character, but I have not got the commentary together for it yet. That's something I'm still working on, but I do plan to cover all the characters in this game one by one. Anyways, many thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and tune out now, but I'm going to continue to play through the game, a few more matches, and you're welcome to continue to watch. And until next time, take care.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's do this.
Chapter 1. Oh, really? That's my Chupacabra. Good boy. My turn now. That's how you work. Like that. Stay still. Damn it. Good boy. That's my Chup. My turn. Oh, really? It's all yours, buddy. My turn. Alex Van Helsing wins. Death sentence.
Alright, let's do this.
I'm warning you. This is gonna hurt.
Chapter 1. Good boy. Don't move, darling. Much better. Play this.
Alright, let's do this.
Feel agony.
Chapter 1.
Delicious. Die for me, sister.
Stay still.
That hurts. That hurts.
Alex Van Helsing win chapter
Earn my
Stay still. Boom. 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 That's my truth.
Oh no.
Much better.
earn my delicious.
Stay still.
Delicious.
Boom.
Delicious pain.
That's my sweetheart. Alex Van Helsing wins. You had it coming.
All right, let's do this.
Chapter 1. Fight. Boom! Damn it. Like that. Much better. Alex Van Helsing win chapter 2. Fight. Oh, like that. That's how you want to play this air. had it coming.